Okay, good evening. So today we will see an important project, you can say, in the API programming. So this is the last project in API programming using Python. So here we have divided into two parts. Today we will see first part. So how exactly what we will be doing is we will be maintaining one Google Sheet. So with us. So depending on the data in the Google Sheet using Sheety API, we will be updating the price of the flights where it is cheaper. So for example, so as of now we have source destination is fixed. We can change our source destination. It is like if you, as of now it is London, but we can change to any Indian city also, Delhi, Mumbai, something like that. And the other thing is like city destination cities. All these are destination cities. So you can add your own city, and we have kept the price range. This is in euros. We can change it to rupees as well, depending on our requirement. So what we will be doing, we will be fetching this data using Sheety API, and then we will be hitting another API where flight search API to get the source and destination data, and depending on the price range, if the price range is less than what we have defined, then we will send a message using Twilio API. So it's like using Google Sheets, and directly instead of we searching on the browser, we will be using API, and we will be searching sending the SMS. So it's like just one click command, so you don't need to do anything. Once we develop everything, just we need to run this Python program, then it will automatically send us the alert. There is a drop in the price. So here we have defined what are the APIs required. So it's like a Google Sheet data management Sheety API, and then this is the main API we will be looking forward. So to do the flight search, and then Tequila. This is actually part of this API only, like this website only. So we will be using this API. This is just for a sign up to get the API key. And Twilio API is already we have seen. And now this is one of the important points. So we should not be using Sheety API multiple times, because in user for free tier we are having only 20 requests per month. So if it is above that, we can't run like our API request, like any request get put post whatever we require. So now how the QV API registration we have given. Today we won't be using this. Uh, it is good to know how we will be registering. So whenever we click on this, so this page will be opening. So here we will be having register now. Because we will be using this Tequila API, so we will be using uh, this. So we should be logging with our so what are the account name? Account name should be your first name underscore last name. Website is optional, and you can just select another type and give the some random address. And if you click next, it will go to next page, where next page will ask for first name, last name, and date of birth. Uh, and then once we verify our email, and then uh, it will ask us to create passwords. So it's like we will be getting one email to verify our email, and then we will be able to go to this site. So generally when we so what we will be creating is like we will be creating the metasearch API integration. So this API we will be building into our uh, project. So we should be selecting one way written, then we should be giving some a name for this, uh, and then click create. It will automatically create. So we have already did that. So when we click on this, so this is the API key, it will be automatically required. So this is like quota is 30 request every minute we can use. So this is how we will be creating Tequila API key. So going forward we will be using this API key. But today this is just for registering. So how we will be getting is like using this API we will be getting the IATA codes. I meant to say airport codes of the cities what we are defined. So in the Paris, what are the IATA code? Because there can be multiple this thing, right? Multiple airports in single city. So depending on price range, it will actually give us the IATA code, or depending on if there is only one country, it will give us the same thing like one city. So this is how we have given. So this is generally it won't ask, but if your website asks what's the partnership, you can just select anything like affiliate program or book program. No, these are the requirements. So generally we have divided into four steps, like mainly using Shitty API we need to get the codes of the airports, then if you see this link page where we will be have multiple these are the codes you can see. Dubai. So I'm just checking for Mumbai. We have codes. Now once that codes we are able to get, we will be checking using the API what is the cheapest flight for our destinations from tomorrow to next 6 months across all the cities in the Google Sheet. Now if the price is lower than the listed price, so for example if I go back, so we have listed some price, like if you see 54 euros, uh, if this is less than 54, then we will be sending an SMS to them. So next tomorrow we will see all this, but today we have just we will be concentrating on the how to get the data from Shitty API, and then how to update the data. That's the main thing we'll be seeing today. So whenever we start the program, so as of now we defined four files. So generally, back and so there are four files. One is main file, and the next is like data manager, flight data, and flight stretch. And the notification manager is like a Twilio API, so we won't be using this as of now. Uh, so and flight data also uh, generally as of now we don't use. So mainly we will be concentrating on these three. So data manager is the main first thing we will be using. So once we have that Google Sheet, and then we will be creating a new project in the Sheety website. So I have created like, so if you go to projects, I have like this one, the same. Mm. Yeah. So the same way will be from Google Sheets, and then once you copy that URL, just give that URL, and then it will automatically get the project created. So so this now we need to enable all because we will be updating this. So we will be using put method instead of creating new row. We need to update this, and we need to update like enable get also, because we will be getting the data whatever it is at first in the first place. So so this is now we use the sheet API to get all the data in the sheet, and then so how we will be doing, we will be using our this endpoint URL what it has given. So now going back, that we will be developing data manager. So we have defined Sheety prices endpoint. I have just copied from there, and then we are defining one class data manager, and by default we are creating one dictionary, destination data dictionary. This is just we will be updating all the data what we fetch from the Sheety API, from the Excel like Google Sheet into this dictionary. So the same thing whatever we have defined. So for our understanding purpose, we have given with every comment here. So the response, the request. So we already know. So to get the data, just we need to give the endpoint, and the data is like we will be response.json, and then we are storing this data into the destination dictionary. Like what are the empty dictionary, that data, in the data we are storing just prices key. So why prices is like because it will have metadata, and the data also whenever we print the data. So that's why we are keeping only uh, this Google Sheet data. Like what it will give is city, ITA code, and lowest price. And then the third point, try importing pretty print. Pretty print is nothing but as of now uh, uh, we used to have that JSON viewer, right? So instead of that using, we can actually use the pretty print module, where we can actually format the data of JSON data to see in the JSON viewer kind of stuff. So so how we will be using that? we will be using this pretty print pprint. From pprint we import pprint, and just we have to give the whatever the data it is. So now what we are returning, we are returning the destination data dictionary from this method. So we have created another method. So we have achieved all the 3 points whatever we did. Now what we are saying, pass everything stored in the prices key back to the main.py file and store it in a variable called sheet data so that we can print data from the main.py. So now if I go to back, so how we will be doing, we will be importing from data manager the data manager class. So this class from data manager, this file will be importing the data manager, and from data manager class we are creating a data manager object. And if to say now from the destination data, so we are just calling the method because data manager is the object of data manager class, we can access the method get destination data. So what this internally calls, this internally calls this method. So what this will be doing, it will be getting our data. So let's comment this out for now. So here we are getting city Paris, 80 day code is null, uh, and ID is like 2. The same thing like so this ID is created by Sheety API. So this will be using going forward when we are updating it. So but whenever we go to again this there is no ID column, right? So we will be having only Paris. ID is like you can say row number, and then what is the price. So everything is in everything dictionaries, and it is stored under a list under the prices key. So again instead, so this is like a normal I meant to say this Sheety API written, and this is the formatted data like so it is easy to understand. So it is like key value pairs. So city Paris ID code is there is no IATA code, and then the lowest price and the ID. So this is like a pretty print because we are calling this method from this data manager, and we are printing twice. Oh, sorry. Okay, we are printing this one first and then the destination. Okay. because it returns the destination data. That's why we are returning data. It is showing this data, and this is actually formatted in this fashion. So it is easy to see. Not confused. So this is how the print. So the same way, we have formatted like a JSON viewer on online. So we'll be using the pretty print module to format this. So now, as of now, what how up to 4 points we have did. So what we did, we have got the data what from the whatever from the Google Sheets. We are getting the data, and then we are getting the data using the Sheety API after connecting it uh, via new project in the Sheety API, and then we are using the endpoint, and then we are getting the data using the get method, and just we are printing whatever the data we got. We are printing sheet data without format. Now the same thing. Now what is the fifth point we need to do? If sheet data contains any values in the IT key, if not, then IT data column is empty in the Google Sheet. In this case, path like the same thing what we mentioned in the line by line to the flight. So it's like we need to iterate our whatever the data we got here on the dictionary. From the dictionary, if the IATA code is empty, so we need to get the data from the flight stretch. So as I said, as of now we won't be using this API to get whatever the city name code, or like this will be discussed tomorrow. So as of now, what we will be doing, whenever we call this method, so it will we are just for testing purpose, we are returning testing. So whatever the city name we give, it will just return test. So we are not returning any data, so we are not giving any API key also here, just we have defined what is the endpoint, what is the API key, but we are just defining a method in the class flight stretch destination code. So whenever we pass some city name, it will return only this data, nothing else. So for our testing purpose, we will be doing the same thing. No. So now, so the sheet data, so as you know, we see because it starts from the index 0, and then in that if IATA code is empty, then so if this column is empty, then what we will be doing from flight stretch import flight stretch. So this is like importing flight stretch class from this Python file, and then we are creating a Python object flight stretch equal to flight stretch using this notation. Now for row in sheet data, so it's like we are looping over all the uh, rows. So there will multiple of how many rows we have. We have nearly 9 rows, like id equal to 10. So for each row, if there is IATA code, we are updating that IATA code with the destination code. So how we will be getting? So we will be passing a city name. So for each row we will be having this column, this key, and we will be having this city. So the same thing like for Paris, the ATA code, it can be a PR, PRS or something like. So that data we will be seeing tomorrow. What as of now, whatever we give, it will just get us the testing, because we are calling this method, but this method what internet is called, it is returning just this testing code. So now what we will be doing, just we once it is the loop is run. So as of now, what we have seen here, we have seen there is ATA code is empty, right? Once we run this code now, what happened? Line 4. We haven't done anything. Okay. Or line 15 manager. So, okay. This can be temporary error. Yeah. So now, so that can be a temporary error. So this is like ATA code. So now if you see, we have updated this dictionary, sheet data dictionary, with the codes, because we are just returning whatever the city name, we are returning just testing, testing, testing. So we are updating. So everything is updated. Now the same thing, because now the next thing is like we need to update the similar fashion our sheet also, Google Sheet also. So here it should be updated using testing, testing, testing. But next, but once we hit the API and get the correct codes, it should be updated using Paris, PRS, Berlin, something. So for example, so Paris is PAR. So it should be updated in such a fashion. But as of now, we need, because we are getting the data now, we will be updating our sheet using the updated data. So now what we will be doing is comment. So the sixth point, what we are defined, we will be doing the update, how to update the Google Sheet. So for for city in destination data, so this is the destination data what we have fetched from Google Sheet. and we will be using all this dictionary only, and from this dictionary we are looping over the city key, and we are saying under price whatever the IATA code. Price is the sheet name. So IATA code for that city code update so we are creating a new data key value pairs, you can say, for IATA code, the city of that code. So the dictionary thing I want to say again. So this one. So for Paris, for example, it is like the PAR. We are creating that IATA code is PAR, and then we are putting like put is like the update method, right? So for that Paris in the city, it will be updated so here we are using put method because in the city we have already enabled our put request also. So here as of now we have not enabled any delete, so we can't delete any row from our thing. So we can enable or disable also. So here prices to the endpoint, but the object ID is the ID what we have seen. So yeah, so whenever sheet is creating, it will create an ID. ID is nothing but the row number. So once we keep updated, we are getting the print data. So because this is the data we are fetching, so if we do again the same thing, if we call this again the same method, there is no use, right? So this destination data should be updated with the data we are fetching from the API, that flight search API. So that's what we are doing from data manager object. We are creating destination data and then sheet data. So we are updating whatever as of now we have seen sheet data, right? We are updating that destination data. This one, the destination data variable with the this API data, like sheet data, whatever we updated. We are just copying, you can say we are just copying what are the sheet data we are getting, copying destination data, and we are passing this updated data to this destination codes. So now because what in turn this destination codes will call, it will be updated for in the loop for all the cities, it will be updated. So here we have given the city ID also, like the dictionary. Yeah. So it's like the object ID, you can say city of ID. So this is just a variable name. You can change whatever you like. So now if I run my code again, so I think I haven't saved it. Now uh, we run it again. So it is like updating. So we can see our sheet getting updated automatically. Yeah. So so our code is perfectly working fine, but now what we need to get using the city name, we need to get the IATA code, uh, International Airport Authority code, and then we need to update this column. So yeah, so it has updated everything perfectly. So we are printing the response. So as of now, I will remove it again. Yeah, so that's it for today. We will be seeing tomorrow how to get the data, like uh, the other three things, like getting the ATA codes and then searching for the cheapest flight using that API and then sending that API SMS with the lowest price available depending on the like prices. Mm.